do yourself a favor and wake up and actually give the best you can do. Not your best, but the best. And understand, every time you neglect to respond to the intention, to have the tension in your mind to execute the best in your daily habits, in your daily sequencing, in your life, you are mentally inferior to the ones that do, to the ones that wake up every day and ensure that they will put in the most into themselves to create the best version of themselves, to have the best experience reflect out of them for themselves and everyone around them. As you remain a lazy piece of shit, pussy, who can't wake up to look in the mirror and confront that bitch in the mirror, we're going to demonstrate every day who the fuck you're not. And every task you live undone and unfulfilled is every task we got done and we got out of the way with dexterity, competence, and at a high level of ability that you couldn't even pull off if you wanted to. You can sit there all comfortable and you can neglect the responsibility of responding to life with efficiency, but every time you neglect to wake up and show up for yourself in life is a day you took a step backwards and a day we took a step forward. Every time you stood in that same spot, standing there like an incompetent, inbred piece of shit, bitch, was a day that we woke the fuck up with our eyes wide open, ready to march into whatever we needed to do to create a better future for ourselves. To wake up and put our energy into the gym, into the macros, to wake up and put our energy into the content, into the personal brand, into every aspect you neglect daily, into the things that you couldn't do but want to do but too lazy to execute because you're too much of a pussy. Talking about motivation. Motivate yourself to get out of that bed by ridding the motivation keeping you in it. You are a lazy piece of shit. And until you confront that lazy piece of shit, you're not going to get shit done. Understand that if you're not going to personally develop in your life, you're going to remain an underdeveloped piece of shit. And the more underdeveloped you are, the worse your life is going to be for an experience. And the more you're going to cater your wounds with pleasure and feed yourself in your inadequacy to watch the porn, pick up the bottle, pick up the smoke, and hide away from what you need to confront, which is that lazy, stagnating piece of shit. Bitch, you present to the world every fucking day. And every day you did that was every day we went out of our way to make sure that we would never become what the fuck you became by leaving what you needed to fulfill in life undone. Understand, it's all about getting shit done. You are the work of yourself. You are the work of life. And your reality is a reflection of you. So are you reflecting something refined? Did you redefine yourself in a higher quality version of yourself to move through time, gaining quality and value, to become the value? Most of you are valueless and worth less compared to individuals who wake up every day and do more than you all the time. While you chose to lay in bed was the 5 hours that you left dormant, that we woke up at 3 a.m. to never miss that wake up, to never miss the macro count, to never miss the workout, to never miss the book, to read more than you, to do more than you every single fucking day. It's all about capability. Can you demonstrate some shit, or are you going to stand there just like an incompetent fucking primate, underdeveloped fucking hominoid that couldn't realize that they're failing at being a fucking organism every time they sit there like a lazy piece of stagnating shit, to not realize that you only live once, and to actually put that energy that God has blessed you with, that potential energy, to pull that out of you and to actually do something with the life you only get once, instead of remain there like a stagnating fucking primate, you self-debilitating bitch. Every time you pick up that smoke, every time you pick up the weed and fall asleep, was every time we made sure that we neglected the temptation, we overcame the temptation, and now all that energy that we used to channel into that self-destruction is channeled into the most imperialistic self-construction. Understand, while you put your energy into your personal demolition, as you passively kill yourself, as you incentivize and allow yourself to put your energy into habits that are consciously destroying you, so you understand that when you pick up that vape, you are passively killing yourself. When you smoke and burn out that cigarette, you're killing yourself, and you have a motivation to do it, bitch. So when you see people doing more than you all the time, well, to feel jealous is to just reveal weakness within yourself. And femininity, jealousy is a feminine emotion. So if you're a man getting jealous, guess what? Bitch, you're a bitch by factual context. So don't be a bitch Don't be a jealous piece of shit. Confront that pussy in the mirror and do some shit to fix that bitch. Because every time you walk around life undone, every time you walk around life and you put that stifling ass, I don't do shit with my life, I'm a stagnating piece of shit, and I'm ungrateful for the life that I get once, and I will never do anything to be better. I will do everything but be better. I will complain about my body instead of do something to fix it. I will feed my addiction instead of get rid of it when I know that I'm passively killing myself. I know that I'm incompetent and I know I need to learn something, but I will ignore the responsibility to pick up a book because I'm too much of a pleasure-filled, fat, filthy bitch to do it. So understand that every time you leave that responsibility untapped, every time you just fly by and ignore what the fuck you need to do in the life you live once, was every time we saw the red button and fucking smashed it in. Every time you neglected to click the red button and to take action on your personal development, was every time we saw the red button and smashed it the fuck in. So you can either smash the red button, join the personal development community, link in the description, DM me on Instagram once you join the community, and we can see where you need to be to, become a better individual in a reality, in a fucking world where most people are okay with being the lesser option, to choose less. Every time you pick up the cigarette, every time you sleep in on your life, every time you neglect doing something that is going to improve you as a individual, you chose less. And so when we call you inferior and less by factual universal evaluation, by produced evidence from your habits, you produced evidence from the habits through your habitual sequencing, that we can call you inferior mentally by what you put your time and energy into. Because what you put your time and energy into is a reflection of you. So as you remain a sloppy, undone piece of shit, we're going to carve with the marble that God has provided us with the most redefined and defined, the most beautification of an individual to be the best version of ourselves, you bitch. Either choose the personal development or die an underdeveloped piece of shit stagnating hominoid. I mean, guys, there's not much options in life. You either walk the path of maximization or you remain in the path of stagnation and procrastination, which most of you choose because you're too much of a lazy bitch to drop the bottle, drop the smoke, drop whatever the porn, whatever the fuck you put your energy into that's making you a low-level piece of shit, and get the fuck up, click the red button, take action towards your personal development instead of remaining a self-thwarted piece of shit that always fails themselves and then fails to recognize that they're failing themselves, and then lies to themselves that they're not failing themselves, and then lacks the responsibility and personal accountability to look in the mirror and confront the individual that's been failing themselves their entire fucking life. So guys, again, I can't stress this enough. Personally develop yourself so you don't live a life that is profane, which will lead you to a miserable mind. You will be miserable and you will lie to yourself that you're not, and you will ruin other people's potentialities that could have turned into possibilities because you never turned your potential into a possibility. Peace!